welcome back. It's day 3 of the European Championships Regionals WFTDA 2024 here in the gorgeous Malmo, Sweden. I'm the lovely Beatrix.
I'm the lovely Very Cherry.
And on our stream production, we've got the gorgeous Shaolin Scarlett. We're going to be talking you through all the action of Rainy City Roller Derby against Paris. And we're super excited to talk about that. Now, obviously, what was the story of them getting here? Yesterday, Rainy lost to Nantes. Yeah.
Sad faces for Rainy, but honestly, what a game, B. So, if you're a European roller derby fan, and we all are, it was chef's kiss.
It really was exciting and full of big hits and big points.
Long jams, short jams, it had everything you wanted. So if you didn't watch that game, watch it back because it was magnifique. But don't watch it now because we're watching this.
We are, and we're going to talk you through the rosters, aren't we, Cherry?
We sure are.
Let's go. I'll do Rainy first. They are playing in the purple today. 0-2 Black, 1-1-1 Kate Push, 1-9-1 Macbeth, 2-4 Rolo, 2-9 Penny Block, 3-1-6 Lily Gaskell, 3-8 F-Bats, 4-1-4 Rusty Bullet, 5-6 El Nasser, 6 Bumram, 7-0-4 Hazard, 8 Fisher, 8-1 Fairy Quake, 8-7-3 Gary, and 88 that's Banshee.
All right, that was your Rainy City Roller Derby All-Stars. And now it's my absolute pleasure to bring you Paris Roller Derby All-Stars. And they are playing in the white this morning. We have 1-2 Lamouche, 1-3-9-5 Leg City, 1-4-1 Bonnie Tagli, 1-6-0 Moshe Moshi, number 1-7 Lux, number 22 Rose Hyan, 4-9-5 Star Fuchsia, 54 Bolly Bunker, 56 Cass, 71 Louvre, 72 Sally Boyer, 729 Gypsy Queen, 911 Gwyneth Paltrow, and 999 Kitty Phonetique. Now, while I was bringing you Paris, Fairy Quake for Rainy has come through and grabbed first lead up against Cass, who's jamming for Paris.
You're absolutely right. First jam of this game, Cherry, and Paris now with the Star Pass.
So Rose is your jammer for Paris, but Fairy Quake was in charge of that jam B, so calls it off, icing Macbeth into the 888 penalty box.
4 points on the board for Rainy City in this game. It is the second game here today, the final
Of the European Championships Regionals. Lining up for Rainy City, that's 8-7-3 Gary. And Lamoche on the jammer line for Paris.
Paris with the pack advantage as we see Macbeth in the 888 penalty box, and it is Lamoche for Paris through for lead. So we are 1-for-1 in lead situations, B.
Lamoche coming in between jam and pivot line. Powers past Black. Dukes past Rolo. One left to pass up front. That is Banshee. Banshee with the knockout forces that call off, Cherry.
Lovely stuff. We are in close game. I mean, to be fair, I think apart from we're on game 14, B, I think there's been 2 games that we've had a runaway score. The rest of them have been tight game avenue.
They really have. 3 points on the board for Paris, so now just a 1 point differential. And that is Lily Gaskell on the Sucker Punch Skate Shop jam line for Rainy.
And they're going up against Legs City for Paris. 2 lovely tall jammers showing us how they do it on the track. But both of our teams have set up some beautiful tripods here, B. Neither jammer being able to bound on through as we know that they would love to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Great work by F-Bats at the start of this jam to push back Legs City. Now both jammers in that mix. F-Bats last line of defence, Legs gets lead for Paris, but Lily Gaskell also out of the pack nice and quick and chasing down Legs. No comfort here in terms of space between these jammers, and Legs coming into the pack on the straightaway between turns 3 and 4, 2 and 3, and calling off the jam.
Woo, breathe, take a breath. Love that. So 2 points picked up there for Paris, takes them into the lead. Rainy City held at 0. They are on 4. We've still got absolutely tons left to go in this game, and I'm sure you can probably hear this at home, folks. We've got a load of people here in the house today, and it feels like there's about a 50-50 mix support-wise. Maybe you've got a 50-50 mix at home. You're going to have a fight with someone you sat next to on the sofa.
Not on a Sunday.
Maybe your dog is a Paris fan, but you're Rainy City. Who knows? Let us know.
I think you'll know that cats and dogs are always Rainy fans.
That is very
So,
true. Maybe your
that's
hamster's going to be there for Paris.
true. Yeah, listen, Lamoche is lead, so got all the fans right now. Very quick, makes it out of the pack, but Lamoche, after that knockout by Banshee, chooses to call off the jam, denies Rainy opportunity to score.
I feel like doing stuff like that so early in the game is such confidence in the game.
I feel like it's been about 3 jams as well that Rainy have been held scoreless, Cherries.
I know, it's been pretty tasty. But just that confidence to go, we've got enough time in this game. If I'm not happy with this jam, I'm just going to call it.
Yeah. I've got the time to play with, we've got the points to play with. Paris are in the lead by 1 point now, so we've had that lead change. And I think this is going to be a story we're going to see all game long.
And what do we know about Paris B? They bring the...
Passion,
And what do Rainy bring the?
rain.
Nice.
Gary with the star for Rainy and star for Cuse for Paris.
Now, yesterday we saw Starfuck Shoes coming on more as a pivot jammer, so interesting to see if they're mixing something up or what they're going to be doing with their jam rotation. Rainy seems to be playing quite a similar lineup to what they did in their games yesterday, so I'm just always intrigued of why have you done something? What's going on there?
Absolutely. What's the story you're trying to tell? 191 Macbeth at the back of this pack, just making passage difficult for Star with that knockout and recycle back to pivot line. Jam isn't moving very far here,
No.
Cherry. Gary was able to stretch that out into turn 2, but the knockout to the inside there has forced that recycle back.
Penny Block and F-Bats at the front of the pack, holding Star in an absolute squishel. That's the best word I can use. Holding through, but it is Gary for Rainy City who has come through. Literally taking a minute there, B, for lead to be called. Beautiful work from our blockers. Shout out for the defence.
Yeah, it was definitely F-Bats who helped break that deadlock then. Gary coming in now on the straightaway. Hits up against Bully Bunker as the last line of defence. Has to be let go though, so Gary through on that initial scoring pass.
Bully Bunker coming in now. They are using those hips, trying to get through, helping Bonnie, who is now the jammer for Paris, as we've had a star pass. I can hear Dyer calling off one of our skaters. Is F-Bats going to the 888 penalty box? Both of our jammers still on the track. Gary is through now, another scoring pass. So Rainy stretching out that lead to 12, playing 5. Couple of seconds left on the jam clock. Couple of points picked up for... No points, sorry B, I do correct myself. No points picked up there for Paris.
Yeah, I think they just really struggled to spring their jammer in that play. Obviously, Gary took nearly a minute to get out there, Cherry, but then was able to really capitalise on that thanks to the activity of the Rainy blockers, which did result in F-Bats going sitting in that 888 penalty box. But certainly Paris didn't have an answer to Rainy's defensive walls.
Let's
Straight into this next jam, Lily Gaskell up against Leg City.
big hit there onto legs by Lily, but Lily's up the outside and grabs lead. We see 88 Banshee holding off legs, but honestly, these two jammers, so good to watch them almost side by side, just powering around this track. Beautiful to see as our blockers are doing sprints around this track. But B, what did that do to the score after all of that effort?
All that effort gave us 1 point for Rainy, but you know, honestly, it's like Rainy just want to be able to protect that lead now. They're going to want to be adding to it. So at no point do they want to get Paris into a position where they could potentially score. And I think that's a really interesting matchup of jammers. I'm excited to see how that progresses through the game, because clearly very similar in terms of their styles
Yep.
and also their speed work, Cherry.
Always interesting when you get the same jammers come up against each other, and then every now and again we have a little changeover to see what's going to happen. And speaking of changeover, Moshe Moshi is now your lead for Paris. Paris not having lead for a couple of jams now.
Yeah.
So they're now jamming. We have had a star pass for Rainy over to F-Bats, but Moshi comes round. Don't think grabbed the full complement of points. Came round the outside. Our jam ref is just going to have a quick check to see, 'cause I don't think they got all of them. They didn't. 2 points on the board, but 2 very much needed points, as we see Paris with 7, Rainey with 15.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Rusty did start off that jammer line, but was unable to break through the Paris wall, and so immediately switched to the star pass over to F-Bats, who was in a prime position to take it, just unable to capitalise on those points, Cherry. Coming into this next round, we've got Fairy Quake with the star up against Lamoche for Paris. Lamoche pushing forward. Black, last line of defence. Black keeps on going, but Lamoche's lead, Cherry.
Yeah, lovely one-on-one block in there, but Mosh, just such a flexible skater at the front of the pack. And after Black has done all that one-on-one blocking at the front of the pack, now has to take on the jamming contingent for Rainey. But Paris were in charge of that jam, calls it off, another 2 points in the bag. We are in hit it and quit it territory.
I love it. Lamoche, by the way, 3 jams played, 3 jams lead, so 100% stats, gold star for Lamoche.
Love that.
Paris roller derby now sitting at 9 with that 2-point jam, Cherry. Like you said, Rainey City held at 15. Feels like about 3 jams now scoreless for Rainey City.
And interesting to see how we had all of our blockers onto the Sucker Punch Skate Shop jam line. It was almost like everyone just lined up like white, purple, white, purple, white, purple. We're so used to seeing like the tripod starts.
Yeah.
Interesting.
These flat lines,
Tell me
I feel like
more.
they're coming back into fashion.
Love it.
Gary up against Cass. I believe this is the first time Cass has jammed in this game so far.
Yep.
Gary looking for an in. Gas also trying to find the spaces there past Penny Block. Up now at the top of the turn 1. Denied opportunity and passage.
Lovely hit there by F-Bats on to Gwyneth Paltrow. F-Bats really messing stuff up, and that's what we know and love about them as a skater. But it is Gary at the front of the pack coming through, grabbing lead for Rainey, and once more taking, and not just Gary personally, these lead jams are taking a little while to come through. So as always, B, holler out to the defence.
Yeah, and star pass for Paris to Ruz Hayen. Now taking the star, coming up the inside lane. Gary does call off the jam, so Paris able to pick up 4 points there to Rainey's 3. That call off just coming a little bit late from Rainey.
Oof. So 18 points, as you said, for Rainey, 13 for Paris. Just under 20 minutes left to go in this first period. Triple Eight penalty box, nice and empty. All 80 wheels are on that track, B.
So lining up on that Sucker Punch Skate Shop jam line, it is Leg City and Lily Gaskell once again. Now both jammers going to either side of the packs here, and then both bringing it into the middle. Lily Gaskell knocked inside, Cherry, going to be recycled back. That's by move number 71. 729 Gypsy Queen in that tripod, keeping Lily Gaskell at bay.
Beautiful defence. It's almost like everyone's like just holding hands with each other. I can't work out who's in which tripod.
Yeah.
They're all so clustered together. Both packs really having to get as low as possible. We've got tall jammers on the tracks. We are getting low to stop them. And this is some beautiful defence. But even though Legs has been recycled to the back of the pack, they have got lead B. It's taken nearly 50 seconds to get it once more, but lead is with them.
And as you say that,
we have a power jam now for Lily Gaskell and Rainey. Leg City going to the Triple Eight penalty box. So, unopposed, apart from the blockers, of course, Lily is able to come around the track. 4 points picked up in the bag. No lead has been called, B, so Lily's got 53 seconds on this track to absolutely dominate.
yeah, track cut for Leg City. First power jam of the game here, and it goes in favour of Rainey. And, you know, like you say, unopposed on the track from a jamming point of view, Terry.
But not from a blogger point of view.
Blockers are certainly not going to stop anytime soon, and we're seeing that now as we come into turn 3. Huge takedown on Lily Gaskell.
Yeah, lovely work there from Bonnie Tagley, taking Lily out to the outside, but everyone's back up on their skates. And back up on the track, it is Legs for Paris. So the power jam is over. Lily already has 12 points in the bag, and we've got 17 seconds left to go. Legs at the front of the pack, just has Rollo, and I say just got Rollo and Black to get past to score some points. Banshee also, El Nasser, also in attendance, if I may use one of your quotes.
Yeah, Banshee also there with that drawback on Legs. right into turn 3. Just gives Lily Gaskell the space. Jam comes to an end, and that's a huge, highest scoring jam so far for Rainey. 17 points on the board for them. Takes their score to 35. Paris held at 13. We had some technical issues there because we were getting excited.
I know, yeah. We're now holding the mic like we're in a doo-wop tribute band, but I'm loving that. So, Fairy Quake through for lead. La Marche hot on Fairy Quake's heels. We have a lovely empty triple eight penalty box as we see some beautiful one-on-one blocking now. Our blockers desperately trying to get their jammers through, and everyone is working as hard as they can for that 1 point that Rainey picked up.
Yeah, Fairy Quake was in the driving seat, so able to call off that jam and pick up that tasty little 1 point snack for Rainey.
Beautiful stuff there. I was just trying to listen to what the crowd is saying. There's a song going on, but I can't quite work out what it is.
It's Oh We Love You Rainy City.
Oh, I love it.
Like a football chant though, so I love that.
Nice.
Team timeout has been called by Paris. And while we're doing that team timeout with Paris, let me tell you about Skate and Create Factory. If you need a gift for the skater in your life, get skate-themed art, stickers and gifts from Create and Skate Factory, a passion project by Jukebox. Duke is a fellow Derby skater playing in Barcelona, but you may also remember her from her time skating with London Roller Derby,
Yes.
USA Roller Derby, Minnesota and Madison. You can find out more at www.createandskatefactory.com or on Instagram and Facebook at Create and Skate Factory. Every sale supports a fellow skater. You know what, this feels great. I'm glad that Paris have called a timeout so we can have a timeout too, Terry. And just have a look at this, what's happening here. So it's 13 for Paris, 36 for Rainy City. In terms of penalties, very low. Rainy with 4, Paris with 1.
Oh, nice.
We've got 16 and a half minutes left of this first half. Yes, Rainy are in the lead right now. I wouldn't say that's a comfortable lead.
No.
And I think that's something that Paris, certainly within a couple of jams, could really make a difference.
And also, B, while I absolutely don't disagree with anything you just said,
Thank you.
what's quite interesting now is we're seeing the jammer lineup switch to room.
Yeah.
So now we have Gary, aka Gnarly, up out on the track, and now Legs has come out for Paris.
Yeah.
Was always up against Lily, now going up against Gary, and through for lead now. Is that just incidental, or has there been some clever line manager trickery?
Yeah, no, I feel like probably there's been some jams here to test out where the jammers are doing well and where they're not doing so well. And that's when you start to change up your packs, right? To look at that and look at how you can improve. Legs on this has got lead, but has been reabsorbed by the pack now a number of times, not on an initial scoring pass.
No, this is beautiful work there from El Nasser and Efbats Rollo at the front of the pack for Rainey. Through now and has picked up 4 points, taking Rainey City to 17 points. We have one apiece in the Triple Eight penalty box as we see Gary half a track length away from Legs, but Legs one more to get past. I believe this is for Rainey. Looks over to the bench and calls it off.
Yeah, absolutely. So Legs doing a great job for Paris there. 17 points on the board. A further 3 in the air takes their final jam total to 7 points and their overall score to 20.
We're halfway through this first half of game number 14 and what's been an absolutely tremendous 3 days of roller derby here in beautiful Malmo, hosted by Crime City Rollers. Thank you for joining us on the live stream. Whether you've joined us for 1 or 2 games or you've given us your whole weekend, we're so happy to have you with us.
Getting into the action, the Mosh lead jammer for Paris.
Lily been held at the back of the pack, so we saw that jammer switcheroo lineup worked in the favour of Paris, maybe not so much in Rainey. Paris losing a blocker to the Triple Eight penalty box and a massive hit into the chest of La Marche, your jammer for Paris by Black. And while I said that, Lily goes to the Triple Eight penalty box and we are in a power jam situ for Paris.
Yeah, I didn't see the penalty on Lily Gaskell, but it was Sheldon tells us it was a track cut penalty. So as you say, power jam to Paris, and Rainey also losing their pivot now to that Triple Eight penalty box. But Lamoche having some trouble getting through this pack. Black and Kate Push at the back here, just into turn 2. Penny Block with a huge hit down on Lamoche onto the inside. Was legal, forced a call off. Rainey not able to pick up any points there, but Lamoche posting 4 on the board for Paris.
And Rainey used the opportunity to call a timeout.
Well, just a 12-point differential between the teams now. Paris Roller Derby on 24, Rainey City Roller Derby on 36. So as we said just before the last 2 jams, Terry, this is not a insurmountable lead.
No, not at all. No one is comfortable, are they?
No.
Everyone's got like ants in their pants, haven't they?
Everybody's got anti-pants, absolutely.
But not anti-pants are our wonderful officials. Would you like to do the honours? No, I'll do it. Do you want to do one each?
Sure, I'll let you do them all.
Okay, we have officiating, we have Speedy Convalesce, Pussy Panther Fast, Fear Leader, Huff and Rom, Agricola, Scapegoat, Ut Roots, Aggie Battery, and I never can say this one,
Mi'kmaq Tigress.
beautiful, Oyu and Slutty Hearse, what a name. And on skates we have Bath, Gemma, MCAT, Martin McFly, Direwolf, Freeflex, Tinitanium, and Homo You Didn't. Our wonderful officials looking after us today, keeping us clean, keeping us safe, keeping us legal, keeping us roller derby.
I'm not sure any officials can keep us announcers clean up here.
Oh no, they don't have to look after us. They've like, you know what it's called, like, what's it called, like conscious uncoupling. That's what they've done for us. We're alone.
So there's been 9 penalties in the last 4 jams.
Oof, we were on such a low penalty game as well.
I said it, that was the problem.
That is true, they heard you.
Gary against Star for Cuse. Gary lead jammer for Rainey. Star with the knockout, and Banshee reset onto the track, picked up a track cut penalty. This is now Power Jam in favour of Rainey, but that pack is light for Rainey here. Banshee coming in to disrupt the triangle that Paris built, does so really well. That was great awareness by Banshee then, Cherry.
Is that the triangle of like heat?
Triangle of Doom.
What is it, like heat?
Heat, fuel, spark.
Yes.
Yeah, it was that.
Thanks.
But more Doom than that.
But more doomy, I like it.
So Gary coming in on a second scoring pass. Stafford Q still in that 888 penalty box, and Rainey's blockers now returning to track, looking to disrupt the walls that Paris are trying to build here in between jam and pivot line. As Gary comes around again, El Nasser just dropping back as Stafford Q returns to play.
Yeah, some beautiful one-on-one blocking going on here. I'm loving this matchup, of like black and rose.
Yeah.
Really tall blockers going against each other. Just loving the one-on-one blocking, Boo.
Stafford Q does make it out. Gary completes that final scoring pass before calling off the jam. 12-point jam there for Rainey. So really now, that's double the score. Double the score.
Oof.
Double the store?
Double the stalk. We don't want 2 stalks arriving.
No, thank
Not
you.
here.
Not here. Not available.
No, thank
for that.
you. And we've had an official review called by Rainey. So you folks at home know what happens now. We talk for a minute and then the head ref shows us, he waves at us, and then we know what's happened.
Well, listen, if you're ready to make 2-minute jams feel easy, you're tired of second-guessing your training routine, you want to feel more confident when you step on the track, then Crash Course is for you. They turn skaters into MVPs. If you started Crash Course today, in 4 weeks you'll be less tired at the end of a 2-minute jam. In 8 weeks your footwork will get you to the line faster. And in 12 weeks you'll be the skater that everyone wants in their pack. Life is a contact sport.
Win!
You can get yourself there by heading over to chrissycrash.com to learn more.
I will. Right, question B, and apologies if this is a bit of an on-the-spot question.
Right, great, brilliant, love them.
Right, is Paris missing a normal jammer, as someone that we see a lot?
Is Paris missing somebody that we see a lot?
My only thoughts are, Star has come out as a jammer quite a bit, normally a pivot jammer. So I'm just thinking,
Just
without
hang
knowing
on.
anything, what's going on.
Just hang on 1 second.
Manchester is asking for a cut penalty on them while the jammer.
Okay, so Rainey City is asking for a cut on the Paris jammer. We'll let you know what the outcome of that is.
And I will continue my speculating about Paris's jammer mix-up.
I don't
Not
think it's
mix-up, just
yeah.
the mix-up of the lineups.
A change-up, you mean?
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, change up, sorry.
Yeah,
I like it. I'm
I
trying
got
to
you there.
think. Trying to think.
Well, I tell you what, that's homework for us at the half-time,
It
isn't
is homework for
To have a
me, for
think about
sure.
that.
And if it isn't, and I've just got it wrong, I mean, I love to see a fresh out the box jammer.
Yeah.
Like, not their normal jammer, but has come to mess things up. I love it.
Yeah, come to disrupt.
You thought you knew who was jamming? Well, you didn't. Because now I'm jamming.
Okay, let's hear from the head ref.
After reviewing no call stands.
Okay, so the no call stands.
We are as we are.
We are where we find ourselves. Rainey will lose that official review. 12 minutes left of this first half. Paris still have theirs in the back pocket. Both teams, both teams have used a timeout. So, you know, we've got space if we need it. And I'll tell you who's great at finding space. Lily Gaskell and Legs City. Legs pushing forward, finds that space, picks up lead. But F-Bats with the pushback.
Yeah, beautiful work there onto Legs. But Legs is lead. F-Bats again really getting in. F-Bats getting in Legs' grill up at the front of the pack. Lily's still not made it through the pack. Star is in hand. F-Bats is your pivot, so maybe F-Bats is just going to do everything in this jam. Who knows?
Maybe, but I've got to tell you, like, Penny Block doing phenomenal work here.
Yeah.
At leading that triangle and just being everywhere Legs wants to be. Legs finally manages to untangle from that pack. And Lily just not really having the momentum here. Paris able to take that away. F-Bats though on that straightaway between 2 and 3 with that beautiful hit out.
But it did send F-Bats out of the track as well, so Legs was able to just crack on and go round. Penny Block, as you said, leading that charge at the front of the pack, holding Legs as they're coming round. Lily now one last person to get round. Kiki Phonetic does get past. Star is in hand. Star is now on head. But that was almost half the jam thing.
Yeah. And beautiful work by Kiki Phonetic just at the end there, the last moment before Lily was going to exit that pack with that well-timed hit. Okay, it didn't land quite the way I'm sure Kiki would have wanted it to, but it still did have
Hit's a hit, babe.
Hit's a hit, babe. Get that on a t-shirt.
Oh, I can see up on the Sucker Punch jam line, Hazard. I don't think we've seen Hazard jamming yet today, have we? No.
First time out. But let's just say 5 points picked up by Paris in that
Nice.
last jam. No points to Rainey. So Paris still keeping Rainey under pressure and chipping away at that differential. Hazard though with the shirt whip on Bumram
Love
to
that.
get out of the pack ASAP.
Rainey shoving Moshi to the track there. Black and Rollo really grinding together to make a beautiful tripod at the front of the pack. Hazard had quite an easy start to the jam, but the scoring pass not so easy.
Yeah, absolutely. Moshi at the front of that pack looking for the spaces. Rainey with Rollo in the penalty box, but this is now a power jam in favour of Rainey City as Moshi goes to the penalty box for a forearms penalty. Now Hazard still has a 3-wall from Paris to contend with here. Rainey just looking like they took a beat before realising that actually Moshi was out of play and looks with that huge hit down on Hazard.
I mean, you don't see a jammer do a gamble very often, do you?
Exactly. Hazard literally doing the
Like a teddy bear roll?
like Raiders of the Lost Ark kind of role.
I don't know what that is. I've never seen it, but I like it.
Well, maybe that's your weekend viewing.
Alrighty then, we have 2 blockers sat in the Triple Eight penalty box. We have Hazard being pinballed around this track by some beautiful blocking there from Bully at the front of the pack. But Rollo with the inside roll offense.
It's like the old school is back in action.
Love it, babes.
Beautiful roll and whip into one.
With the whip again. Have Rainey just watched some videos from 2008 and
No.
got some old school tricks back?
So let me tell you something, the classics are always the best, right?
Thanks, Mom.
So here we're seeing now Moshi back on track and in place, straight into a sandwich of Rainey's. That's Rollo and Fish on the track.
Oh, a fish sandwich.
Yeah, a roll fish sandwich. Fish roll
Oh,
sandwich.
fish roll like a herring.
Yeah. Moshi held now, 3-wall, just past pivot line. Literally seconds into this jam.
And that jam is over B, and that was a long, full jam. But Rainey really capitalising on that with Hazard on their first jam, picking up 11 points. And what we're seeing quite a lot, B, is one team picking up points, but more importantly, perhaps, holding the other team to a big old goose egg.
Yeah, you're
That's a
absolutely
0.
right. And the thing I observed here is, and I think it's really important to take it away. Take this away. Don't take it.
Don't take it away.
Take this lot away. Is that Paris's blockers were phenomenal.
Oh
in
my
that
gosh,
jam.
too much.
Do you know? And it's like the score isn't reflecting necessarily the work that the Paris blocking team are putting in here.
Well, you say that, B, and I'm going to kind of disagree with you in just a sec, in the sense of what a low-scoring game we're having, though. So, there you go.
As we say that, Cass picks up lead. And now Paris have actually had, this will be their 10th lead in this game.
Ooh!
To Rainey's 7. So Cass looking for the in here. Fairy Quake does have the star for Rainey, makes it out of the pack on the initial. Stars now on, and as Cass comes through, chooses to call off that jam with 4 points in the pocket.
So, my understanding, B, correct me if I'm wrong, this game is to play for, is it 7 and 8 in this game? So yesterday we had 11-12, then we had 10-9, today we've just had 8. Don't worry. Right, there's 2 more games after that, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, right?
Yeah.
So this must be 5, 6. It's all right, don't worry about it. I've come in hot with numbers, I'm writing checks I can't cash.
Gary with the star for Rainey. Lamoche, more Paris. Lamoche pushing forward, picks up lead. Gary immediately with that star removal looking to star pass to Black, but Paris shutting that down.
Yeah, beautiful blocking here from Paris. Speaking of beautiful blocking, Penny Block being released from the 888 penalty box brings our contingent of skaters back to how it should be. But Paris were in charge of this jam B, and with 4 points in the bag, calls it off, and again, holding the other team to a goose egg.
And I love that.
Thanks.
I love that, but why aren't Paris just going in for a couple of multi-passes now? We've got 6 minutes left in this first half. The scoreline is 37 points for Paris,
Yeah.
59 for Rainey. So it's not a huge lead. What is it, like 22 points?
Yeah.
22 points differential. A couple of multi-passes for Paris could really make a difference. And crucially, the Paris blockers are doing a fantastic job of holding Rainey's jammer in the pack when they don't get lead. So
It is interesting, Ben. I'd like to know if there is a theory behind it, or it's just kind of the way it's worked itself out.
yeah,
Do Paris think if they've got through, got a pass, held Rainey to 0, it's almost too risky to carry on? Do they prefer the starts to the end bit? I personally hate starts, they stress me out too much.
Do they?
I'd rather just do a 2-minute jam and leg it round the track.
would you?
Yeah, but I mean, no one's asking me for advice.
No, you're not a jammer.
Definitely not.
Or a team manager.
No.
But anyway,
I mean, I'm here.
yeah, and that's all that matters sometimes.
Thanks,
Cherie.
Ben.
It's easier to call it when it's less people.
Okay, we're going to get straight back into the action, lining up on the Sucker Punch Skate Shop jam line. We have got a familiar pairing, Leg City up against Lily Gaskell.
To be fair, B, everything about this is familiar, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've got Black up at the front. We've got Gwyneth Paltrow messing everything up. This is a classic Rainy Paris jam.
And so Leg City pushing forward now. Banshee was the last line of defence. Leg City breaks through. Lily Gaskell knocked to the inside of turn 1.
Beautiful work there. Again, Kiki Phonetic doing some beautiful one-on-one work as we are losing a blocker apiece to the 888 penalty box. Legs coming up against Rollo, but Legs is in charge of this jam. Saw Lily coming, so was no way going to run it out.
Yeah.
Calls off the jam. 2 points picked up for Paris, nothing for Rainey. Takes us to 39-59. That's a points difference of 20 points.
There you go. So actually Paris's strategy of just hitting and quitting it is chipping away at that point differential.
But can you keep that going for another full period and 5 minutes?
Yeah, well, we'll find out.
Well, of course we will.
That's the beauty of roller derby. Here we are. It's very great. Lead jammer.
Lead jammer for Rainey as we see Cass being recycled to the back of the pack by F-Bats. F-Bats is such a busy skater. Like, I could just imagine, like, on holiday with her, like, she doesn't sit down, just show.
I reckon she just walks out. She's one of those that you have to go walk all around the town.
Yeah.
In fact, I know that. Cass did something really interesting there. So removed the star when they obviously weren't lead jammer, but then really put on the burners. Came up the outside line, pretty much then unopposed by the Rainey blockers to get through and complete that initial. So although not lead, still putting the pressure on Rainy City to call off that jam with a short scoring jam.
I think we're seeing some really intelligent, and of course we are because we're here at the WFGDA Regional European Championships. We are seeing really clever roller derby of like, and if you play roller derby, if you've ever been coaching roller derby, you'll know, keep busy, play to the whistle. Just because you've lost lead or whatever it is, you haven't lost anything, like keep going.
Yeah, 100%. 3 points were picked up by Paris in that last pass. 4-4 Rainy, so as we go into this jam, it's 63 plays 42. Gary is lead for Rainy. Lamoche start passing to Rose Hayen for Paris because they obviously weren't out. And jam comes to an end. Gary, I think, picking up those points and deciding to shut it down.
Yeah, seeing a switcheroo then. But it is the pack who have got lead just calling the points when... and I will check with our wonderful producer. I don't think we've seen many jams now where both teams have scored at the same time.
It doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel like we've had an even scoring opportunities.
We've been handing out goose eggs left, right and centre, haven't we?
Yep. Okay, just checking in. That triple eight penalty box does have 2 Paris blockers in it right now, Cherry.
Lily with a bit of a run up off the Sucker Punch skate line, jam line, last line of defence at the front of the pack, but Lily did get a track cut penalty. Sally giving an air punch of delight as that track cut is called. Lily is sat down in the triple eight penalty box, and whilst Paris have lead and power jam, they have got the pack disadvantage as we have 2 blockers sat down in the triple eight penalty box.
Yeah, that is starting to clear in favour of Paris right now. So Rainy walling up into turn 2. Lake City able to just stretch out that pack, Cherry. Get it on through, pick up 4 juicy points for Paris. Juicy, tasty morsels of points. Lake City coming in again. Now the pack set up on the straightaway between turns 2 and 3. F-Bats with the drawback to turn 2. And Lily Gaskell returns to play. So a fairly effective neutralisation by the Rainy City pack.
Yeah, beautiful stuff there. And again, just because it's not going in your favour doesn't mean you can like stop the spread.
Yeah.
I know, sorry, no one wanted to hear that analogy, did they? I'll put that one in the bin. So Lily, last line of defence, I think that is Bully sat down on the track. Sit down. Lily coming through now. Didn't pick up any points in that pass. So we see 7 picked up by Paris, nothing picked up by Rainy. So we have 49 for Paris, 67 for Rainy, and a minute and a bit left to go on the period clock.
18 points difference now between the 2 teams, and like you say, a minute left. So I think the boost will come here now with whichever jammer gets through for each team. And it looks like on that Sucker Punch Skate Shop jam line, we do have Rusty for Rainy, and that is Cass for Paris.
Rusty's first time out jamming?
Second time out.
Nice.
Yep. Cass was knocked off the outside, forced to recycle back, reset, but Black came with the pickup after Cass's reset and forced that recycle once again between jam and pivot line. Rusty picking up a 4 rounds penalty makes this final jam of the game a power jam in favour of Paris.
Was getting a little bit nervous then because the ref had called the penalty a couple of times on Rusty, but they didn't hear. And to be honest, I was a little unsure who was getting called off, but luckily just the 1 penalty being issued.
Well, Cass not having an easy ride through this, but beautiful support from Billy Bunker on the inside line, blocking out the Rainy blockers and allowing Cass free opportunity to get through. Paris now goating Fish at the back of this pack as all the action once again between jam and pivot line as Rusty returns to play. Cass only with 1 scoring pass right now, and a star pass from Rusty to Black for Rainy City as Rusty knocks Cass to the inside and forces that call off.
Lovely work there from Paris. They'll be really happy with that jam. Let's have a look at what it's done to the score. So we've had 4 points picked up on the board there for Paris, takes them to 53, and as we go into the half-time B, Rainy are on 67. This game has been such a close game of hit it and quit it. We're not seeing those big jams, but who knows what we'll see in the second half.
Yeah, we'll be back with just a few minutes to go before the second half to chat with you more. Bye.
Bye.
doesn't just look kind of funny. The functionality of the EPS foam and how it disperses impact energy is compromised.
The 888 certified Sweat Saver comes in better shell size options than our leading competitor,
giving you the highest level of protection upon impact. Try for yourself. We've got you.
The S1 Pro knee pad is built to last and perform, blending highly durable fabrics and materials into an innovative design with exceptional craftsmanship. We use a very tough, military-grade ballistic nylon for the outer shell material. We triple stitched every seam to prevent blowouts and reinforced all of the straps with additional stitching. Our top straps are made with a high retention elastic that minimizes excessive stretching and incorporates a length adjustment system to allow you to lengthen or shorten the top strap. The inner knee cup mold is streamlined and deep fitting and features a 4-tiered foam system combining varying densities of foam with shock dispersing foam to achieve both shock reduction and comfort on impact. The inner foam layer is a high rebound memory foam which absorbs shock and molds to your knee on impact, stabilizing the knee, helping to prevent slippage. Our kneecap has a flat surface that supports stability on impact and is made with a high abrasion polycarbonate plastic for durability. The S1 Pro knee pad: stability, durability, functionality.
Ready to make 2-minute jams feel easy? Tired of second-guessing your training routine? Want to feel more confident when you step on the track? Then Crash Course is for you. We turn skaters into MVPs. If you started Crash Course today, in 4 weeks, you'll be less tired at the end of a 2-minute jam. In 8 weeks, your footwork will get you to the line faster. And in 12 weeks, you'll be the skater that everyone wants in their pack. Scan this QR code to learn more. Life is a contact sport. Win.
Doesn't just look kind of funny. The functionality of the EPS foam and how it disperses impact energy is compromised.
The 888 certified Sweat Saver comes in better shell size options than our leading competitor,
giving you the highest level of protection upon impact. Try for yourself. We've got you.
The S1 Pro knee pad is built to last and perform, blending highly durable fabrics and materials into an innovative design with exceptional craftsmanship. We use a very tough, military-grade ballistic nylon for the outer shell material. We triple stitched every seam to prevent blowouts and reinforced all of the straps with additional stitching. Our top straps are made with a high retention elastic that minimizes excessive stretching and incorporates a length adjustment system to to allow you to lengthen or shorten the top strap. The inner knee cup mold is streamlined and deep fitting and features a 4-tiered foam system combining varying densities of foam with shock dispersing foam to achieve both shock reduction and comfort on impact. The inner foam layer is a high rebound memory foam which absorbs shock and molds to your knee on impact, stabilizing the knee, helping to prevent slippage. Our kneecap has a flat surface that supports stability on impact and is made with a high abrasion polycarbonate plastic for durability. The S1 Pro knee pad: stability, durability, functionality.
Ready to make 2-minute jams feel easy? Tired of second guessing your training routine? Want to feel more confident when you step on the track? Then Crash Course is for you. We turn skaters into MVPs. If you started Crash Course today, in 4 weeks, you'll be less tired at the end of a 2-minute jam. In 8 weeks, your footwork will get you to the line faster. And in 12 weeks, you'll be the skater that everyone wants in their pack. Scan this QR code to learn more. Life is a contact sport. Win.
doesn't just look kind of funny. The functionality of the EPS foam and how it disperses impact energy is compromised.
The 888 certified Sweat Saver comes in better shell size options than our leading competitor,
giving you the highest level of protection upon impact. Try it for yourself. We've got you covered.
The S1 Pro knee pad is built to last and perform, blending highly durable fabrics and materials into an innovative design with exceptional craftsmanship. We use a very tough, military-grade ballistic nylon for the outer shell material. We triple stitched every seam to prevent blowouts and reinforced all of the straps with additional stitching. Our top straps are made with a high retention elastic that minimizes excessive stretching and incorporates a length adjustment system to allow you to lengthen or shorten the top strap. The inner knee cup mold is streamlined and deep fitting and features a 4-tiered foam system combining varying densities of foam with shock dispersing foam to achieve both shock reduction and comfort on impact. The inner foam layer is a high rebound memory foam which absorbs shock and molds to your knee on impact, stabilizing the knee, helping to prevent slippage. Our kneecap has a flat surface that supports stability on impact and is made with a high abrasion polycarbonate plastic for durability. The S1 Pro knee pad: stability, durability, functionality.
Ready to make 2-minute jams feel easy? Tired of second guessing your training routine? Want to feel more confident when you step on the track? Then Crash Course is for you. We turn skaters into MVPs. If you started Crash Course today, in 4 weeks, you'll be less tired at the end of a 2-minute jam. In 8 weeks, your footwork will get you to the line faster. And in 12 weeks, you'll be the skater that everyone wants in their pack. Scan this QR code to learn more. Life is a contact sport. Win.
doesn't just look kind of funny. The functionality of the EPS foam and how it disperses impact energy is compromised.
The 888 certified Sweat Saver comes in better shell size options than our leading competitor,
giving you the highest level of protection upon impact. Try for yourself. We've got you.
Oh, now that's how you know. Okay, well, whether you wanted it or not, you've got it.
All right, then. So, welcome back. Hello. Oh, the camera's up there, isn't it? Hello. So, we are back with you. Well, you're back with us, whichever way around it is. And this is game 14 of the WFTDA Regional Championships here in Europe, in beautiful Malmo, hosted by Crime City Rollers. I'm Very Cherry. I've been joined by the
Lovely Beatrix.
And we've been produced by the wonderful Sherilyn, your team today. So, what have we just seen? We see Paris with 53 points. We can see Rainy City with 67. But the story of the game is a little bit like this. So, Paris had 14 leads and Rainy have had 9 leads. Paris's highest scoring jam happened twice. They had 2 8-point jams, and Rainy's highest scoring jam was 17 points. Paris have given away 3 jammer penalties and Rainy have given away 2. But what we've noticed probably the biggest is that Rainy really have shut down those Paris power jams. So that's the story of the game. We have had real hit it and quit it jams.
Yeah.
As I said, biggest scoring jam was 17, but we really, for these two teams, we're quite used to seeing those double-digit jams, aren't we, Boo?
Yeah, I was expecting to see more multi-passes in this game so far, and actually what we've seen from Paris is that they've been doing a single pass and then calling off that jam. Rainy have had a bit more success in multi-passes, but again, also not feeling like they're particularly pushing that. Now, obviously, Rainy have been in the driving seat because they have had a lead for a lot of the first half.
Yeah.
But that lead now closing down, the past few jams just before the half by Paris, slowly chipping away at that lead that Rainy did have. So it'll be interesting to see what the strategy is as we go into the second half. Now, if you're listening at home, thank you so much for being with us. I know that Milv's listening to us at home. So
Hey, Bab.
Number one stream team, and I'd say number one game of the tournament right now. But then I think every single game on the tournament has been the game of the tournament this weekend, Cherry.
Alrighty then, and we have, just for your visual representation, you might have seen on the camera, we've sat down, we put the mic in a more central position so you can hear us equally, because I wouldn't want any of you to miss out. Alrighty then,
nuggets.
what is happening on the track? So we have, Paris's pivot is sat down in the 888 penalty box. We have Crash, we have Gary out jamming on the track. We're at turn 1 and we are still to get a lead, B.
Yeah, Cass just being pinned by those Rainy blockers. That's Banshee and Black. Banshee off to that 888 penalty box.
Black moving forward to form up with Rollo, slowing down Cass. Meanwhile, Gary into turn 2, looking for the spaces, being shut down by Bully Bunker and co. Gary knocked out, going to be recycled back to turn 2, but actually that looks like Billy Bunker picking up a penalty.
And lead after after 50 seconds, lead goes to Gary as we have a star pass over to Rose Payen for Paris. Are we going to see a hit it and quit it? Are we going to see some long running jams? I think what we are going to see, B, is that Rainey had lead, but Paris picked up 2 points in that jam and Rainey were unable to pick up anything.
Yeah.
Now, B, I wouldn't be surprised if someone has anything to say. No, they're all good.
Yeah. Interesting moments there indeed. Both teams do have official review available to them. Rainey using 2 timeouts in that first half, so only 1 timeout here. Paris with 2 timeouts left at their disposal, but straight off that sucker punch skate jam line, it's Fairy Quake picking up lead. Lamoche in hot pursuit though, Cherry.
Yeah, Lamoche been held off by your busy Bumblebee in the shape of F-Bats at the front of the pack. Fairy Quake storming around the track now, big smile on their face, calls off that jam. We have 3 points in the bag for Rainey, taking them to 70. Paris held at 0, keeping them at 55. B, normally by now we'll have not only tickled the century, we'll have smashed it, but we're nowhere near.
No, we've still got 30 points for Rainey to get up there. They're at 70. Paris on 55. And do you know what? I just wanted to pick up something. You said that F-Bats was the busiest Bumblebee on the track, and you're absolutely right.
Do you think she'll like that?
Well, I'd love it. I love it right now. Right now, we've got Hazard, though, with the star for Rainey, and that is Leg City for Paris. Legs pushing forward. Black, last line of defence.
Track cut, though, called on Legs, so close up that inside. So we have one of Paris's blockers in the Triple Eight penalty box. We have both pivots in the Triple Eight penalty box, and we have Leg City sat down in the Triple Eight penalty box as Hazard comes through now on their initial pass, and lead is called to Hazard.
Yeah, Sally Bourrier in the pack for Paris, though, doing some great work at holding Hazard through the initial, and now forming up once again, looking to find those spaces. Paris with a little bit of penalty trouble here. They've got Kiki Frenetic on the track, and also Sally Bourrier, and that's it currently. Pivot has returned to play though now, and joins up by the pivot line to try and slow down Hazard as Leg City back on track and in play from the Paris jamming contingent.
It looked like Hazard was after a bit of offensive help, looked round, and it was almost like the pack went, no, we have another job to do here, and that is Legs coming out of the penalty box. So, empty penalty box, which is lovely to see. Sorry, Triple Eight, no one wants to come and see you right now. We have no points picked up in that jam for Paris, so that keeps them at 55, and 8 points picked up for Rainey, and that takes them to 78. But that gives me a wonderful opportunity to tell you about 187 killer pads. 187 killer pads worn by the most pros in the world. If you skate, you know why. Industrial strength materials, unmatched ergonomic design, unparalleled experience, 187 killer pads.
Thank you, Terry. We're having an official timeout right now, and that's, I can tell you that Rainey's Hazard, so Rainey's jammer in that last pass of play there, has had 2 jams, 2 leads, and in those 2 jams, 19 points have been picked up, which is phenomenal. So that is those couple of multi-passes that we've been talking about that Rainey have certainly been more comfortable in pushing for. And we're seeing that again here, an 8-point jam in that last pass of play. Goose egg for Paris, holding them at 55, Rainey at 78. So once again, just trying to chip away at that lead. And I'm trying to recall what the score was at half-time. And I'm desperately looking at my producer.
60 something?
For Paris?
Oh no, sorry. I don't think Paris is... Do you know what, Terry? Why are you even trying to remember something?
Yeah. We're going to check that out because I think all of our brains have just blanked on that, and I'm here putting terrible positions onto our wonderful producer. But the game is back in play. Lamoche with the star for Paris. Lamoche picking up lead from the outside, Terry.
That was beautiful work there. It felt a little bit like there was some distraction happening on the track, and Lamoche able to take that wider outside track. Sometimes the longer way is the better way to go, you know. It's not always the M6. You can cut up different ways, you know, maybe stop at Kiel if you want.
Exactly.
That's how I'd get to Rainy City. And by the way, just to let you all know, Penny Block at the front of the pack there, offering a tiny bit of assistance to Lily. Lily didn't need it, just a bit of twisty-turny, is through, but Lamash is lead. And of course, as I say that, calls off the jam. So we have... where's our jam refs? There we go. We have no points picked up for Rainy, so they stay at 78. And we have the full complement of 4 picked up for Paris. Takes them for 59. 5 minutes gone in this second period. So we are at 25 minutes. We're at game 14. And we are having a lovely day.
I got to tell you something interesting that I saw. So Bully Bunker was going one-on-one with F-Bats in that last period of play, Terry. And Bully Bunker, F-Bats was knocked down and out, and Bully Bunker was literally taking away that space. So obviously Paris viewing F-Bats as a threat of a blocker in the pack. Really, really interesting to me. Just wanted to pass that on.
If someone literally has been a busy bumblebee, the only way you can stop them flying is to take away the space.
Yeah.
And also, isn't a bee the symbol of Manchester?
Yeah.
Which is where Rainy are from?
Yeah.
So isn't that cute?
You're doing it all. Lead jammer is called.
So Cass is your lead jammer for Paris. We see Gary half a track behind them. Rainy a little bit spread out now, which is quite uncharacteristic for them while there is a scoring pass happening. Big cheer from the crowd in house as Cass does an apex jump past the Rainy contingent, which had got themselves together. 4 points on the board now, B. We see 63 pace 78. B, this is not a comfortable score for anyone, is it?
Absolutely not. There is no breathing room in this game right now. And Paris slowly starting to make that push forward and into the territory of encroaching on Rainy's lead. There was too many pivots out on track, so a pivot stash by one of the skaters. Fairy Quake though, losing no time and taking all the momentum to pick up lead. Like Seti at the back of the pack had to take the pedestrian route through, and Fairy Quake, you know what? Fairy Quake was like, I'm busy, I got things to do, I want to get round here, get my points and pull off this jam.
Love it.
Super quick.
And I love how Fairy Quake jams. It's like she has got somewhere else to go, but it's kind of like happy to pop in for a quick drink, but then it's got a brunch to get to.
Yeah, absolutely.
So she's like, hiya, bye.
Hiya, here's my points, goodbye.
Now we've got Hazard lining up on the Sucker Punch Skate Shop jam line. As you said earlier, B, when we saw Hazard come out for the last 2 jams, big point collection. Imagine Hazard at trick or treat time. She's got a big old bag of candy.
Yeah, 100%. Lamash is lead, however, knocked out, forced to recycle behind jam line, and that's Bruising Banshee in full effect here at the back of the pack for Rainy, joined by Rollo. Black up front takes the star for Rainy, gets through that pack nice and legal, and of course Lamash being in charge.
Pulls off that jam.
Yeah, chooses to do that.
Sends the jammer didn't, but we've got Rose going to the penalty box for Paris, so Rainy will start the next jam with the pack advantage. We see the matchup that we know we love it, of Lily Gascoigne and Legs up on the Sucker Punch Skate Shop jam line. And I feel like, B, every lineup is just classic Rainy, classic Paris. You've got people like Sally, like Bully. They have been playing for Paris since we all had hot dinners.
Yeah. Legs to tee through, lead for Paris. Lily Gascoigne makes it out, but Legs half a lap in front here. And Paris looking at how they can support their jammer best.
Oh, lovely hit there from Kate Bush at the front of the pack, making it not as easy for Legs to come through. But 2 points picked up by Paris, takes them to 65, holds Rainy at 0, keeps them on 82. B, are we going to have a game where no one gets a century?
No, I don't think that's going to happen. No, that's not going to happen. I think both of these teams are more than capable of getting a century. Paris at 66 right now, Rainy at 82. I mean, wouldn't it be? I would love it.
It'd be wild.
Yeah, because you know what that tells us? Like the defense is deep on both these two teams, and I'm really enjoying seeing the physicality once again in this game. Black now with the knockout on Cass. No lead jammer called just yet. 1 minute 45 on the clock. Gary is pushing forward into turn 1. Cass has took a moment to reset, but Black and Rollo in attendance. Fish at the top of that strong 3-wall built by Rainey at the back of this pack. And Cass comes down to the floor. Rollo also looking to take that space as Gary picks up lead nearly 35 seconds into this jam, Cherry.
Amazing. And while all that was happening, I have to say credit to the Paris defence. You've got number 22 Rose, 911 Gwyneth Paltrow, just constantly coming in for that defence, for the offence, really keeping busy. And I think one of the things we've really seen this whole tournament, as you would expect, because we are at the creme de la creme of European roller derby.
Yeah.
No one has stood still.
No.
Everyone has kept busy, and the controlled aggression levels have been tip top.
Absolutely perfect. Bully Bunker has taken the star from Cass, so there was a star pass there for Paris, and Bully Bunker able to pick up 1 point for Paris. Rainey picking up 5 points in total. Well, just checking on that. So there was 5 points, but now
Are you excited?
Yeah, just going to check and see if that changes. There we go.
We are.
6 points for Rainey.
We knew it was wrong. Alrighty then, we have Fairy Quake going up against Lamoche. Lamoche being greeted by the hips of Penny Block, which is, a lovely / horrible place to be. But it is Lamoche who comes through for lead. Massive hit on Fairy Quake by
Bonnie.
Of course it was, Bonnie. Bonnie's going to sit down in the 888 penalty box.
Yeah, that was a low block assessed there, but Lamoche is lead. Fairy Quake having to reset after that moment.
Star is back on the head for Fairy Quake. So we have 4 points already on the board for Paris. Blocker on blocker as Lamoche comes in, tries to hip check Fairy Quake. Fairy Quake, as you've said before, B, ain't got no time for that.
No.
Calls off.
Got a brunch to get to.
Got a brunch to get to, babes, and I want a Bloody Mary. Rainey held to 0 in that, keeps them at 88, and Paris picks up 5 points in total, takes them to 72. We've got 18 minutes left to go, B.
18 minutes and 16 points difference, Cherry.
Oof.
It's tasty.
It is tasty, so thank you very much for joining us here today. After this game, B, we have 2 more games of roller derby left.
Yes, that's right. We've got, coming up next, we've got the bronze medal game, London versus None.
Ooh, that is going to be...
Very excited.
Oof. And then what's our gold medal game?
Crime to Lose.
Oh my gosh.
I'm very excited about both these upcoming games and the fact that we do have a French team representing at championships in this year. Super exciting. Right now we're seeing a very slow jam, Terry. Not used to seeing these in this game at all, as both jammers fighting for the points. We're only into turn 2 and we've had 30 seconds of gameplay. Bruising Banshee and El Nasser, a classic matchup of Rainy blockers here, keeping Moshe at bay.
But Guinness, I don't know why I'm saying it wrong, Guinness Paltrow. Honestly, what a blocker of this game.
Yeah.
Absolutely smacking Hazard around this track.
Yeah.
But Hazard just gets back up, is like, yeah, I'm down, but I ain't out at all. Comes through, grabs lead for Rainey.
Yeah.
As Guinness Paltrow is sent to the 888 penalty box.
Yeah, Paris with a little bit of penalty trouble right here, right now. But Hazard coming in on another scoring pass. Held at bay by Bonnie. Finds the spaces though.
B, I think we're getting a bit of penalty trouble for everyone here now. So let's have a quick assessment. We have 2 Rainy blockers in the penalty box. We have 1 for Paris. Hazard is jamming for Rainy. Apex jump calls off the jam. We'd had a star pass over to Paris. I'm just going to take a second to see what's happened to the board. So Paris unable to score in that jam, holds them at 72.
Yeah.
And B, very close. We're tickling the century now, aren't we? With 8 points picked up, taking Rainey to 96.
Yeah, we are at that point where we are very close to feeling the rush of 100 against our skin, Cherry.
Oh,
For Rainy City. It's Gary up against Leg City.
but it is Legs who grabs lead for Rainey. The pack advantage very much with Paris, and that of course does go in your favour the majority of the time. Gary being held at the back of the pack. But honestly, Legs could just probably jump half the track anyway. Doesn't really need that tiny bit of apex. So beautiful work there from Paris as we start to see the 888 penalty box empty out and get everyone on track.
Yeah, beautiful bit of skill by Legs, as you say, Cherry. And did you know that the certified sweat saver, developed, tested and trusted by the best, is from 888, who is, of course, as you say, our penalty box sponsor.
But no one wants to sit with them at the moment.
Well, you know,
box is empty.
Team time out for Rainy, Cherry.
Sorry, I was about to say the same thing.
Oh, it's like I read your mind.
It's like we were looking at the game.
Oh my goodness me. Hey, we're going to see some more action on our Jammer Line, Sucker Punch Skate Shop Jammer Line in just one moment. But until then, let me tell you that Sucker Punch Skate Shop is the biggest roller derby shop in Europe with fast shipping, largest stock, expert advice at the best price. That's Sucker Punch Skate Shop.
Let's have a little bit of a shout out to our sponsor. We have
So let's have a little look what's happening on the track at the moment. There is nobody in this 888 penalty box. If this is the lineup that's about to go out, I think you can't see it on your screen. So maybe this is a little sneaky peek. So it looks like we're going with the classic lineup of Gaskell, Rollo, Banshee, El Nasser and Black. Black was doing up their laces, couldn't see who it was for a second. And they're going to be lining up against Paris in the shape of Lamache on the jam line. We have Guinness Paltrow coming out. We have Bully. We have Rose. And who are you over there? Oh, Kiki Finetti. What a lineup be. Both sides.
Yeah, stunning for both.
Stunning.
Just to say, though, that Black for Rainy is on 5 penalties.
And we also have 4 penalties for Bonnie and Rose. So, B, as we're into the last quarter of this game, but as we get into that 10-minute chaos jam time, we might start shedding players if this penalty spiral carries on.
Yeah, 100%.
But lead jamming spiral carrying on now for Lily coming through. As Black went in to do some offense, hit 2 of our Paris players down onto the floor, made Lily have to kind of reassess what they were doing, and then Lily also picked up a high block. So we have in the 888 penalty box jammer and blocker for Rose, for Rainy, as Rose is coming around for Paris now. Picking up a full complement now of 8 points, taking Paris to 87, Rainy with 96. And this isn't, Rose aren't playing either, just to make sure you hadn't confused the teams. This score has gone bananas. Paris are now on 91. Rainy are on 96. Lily, star in hand, exiting the penalty box now, but what a jam we've had, B.
Yeah, Terry, this is the highest scoring jam for Paris Roller Derby so far in this game, with the 12 points that they've currently got and any that they've kept in their jammer pocket right now. As you say, Lily Gaskell is back on track and in play, but the star has been passed to Black, who does some fancy deep dive and a triple spin on your toe stops kind of move. Coming into the pack again, hot and heavy but perfectly legal. Lily Gaskell, like a whirlwind on the track here, trying to clear the spaces for Black, trying to pull back some of that differential. And Black really finding trouble as we're by the pivot line, Cherry, and Kiki Frenetti all over Black here, not allowing any opportunity. Lamache also in attendance, taking out Lily Gaskell as we see Rose Hyen pushing here between turn 1 and turn 2.
Oh, B, we might need to take a breath for a second here. There was so much action in that jam. So let's have a quick little recap. The 888 penalty box is empty. Rainy City have called an official timeout, so we will of course give you that information as soon as we've got it. But as it currently stands, with 13 minutes left to go, 6 points were picked up in that jam for Rainy, takes them to 102B. Paris picked up 16 massive points in that jam.
Amazing.
Both teams had star passed. Paris sit on 95.
Yeah.
Whew.
And about those star passes as well, Cherry. So we are actually in an official review now, called by Paris, but on those star passes. So Black took the star for Lily, but Black is now on 6 penalties. So that is a high
risky
risk
business.
It's high risk for Rainy at this point, and something that they'll certainly need to think about in terms of their rostering going forward in the last 13 minutes of this game. 95 plays 102, right? There's nothing in that.
Paris is requesting the back block to be graded on inspection.
So Paris have been asking that the back block, which I believe was issued to Black or Lily.
I think, right, we're just going to check back to the recent penalties here.
Okay, but we know that what
Because I feel like Lily got a low block. And it was Black who got the black back block. So it's obviously Black that they're asking for that
to be upgraded to.
That's what I'm assuming from the information that we've got.
Okay.
It was definitely recorded as a low block for Lily Gaskell.
So we are just going to make sure that we've got that information absolutely tip-top for you. The officials are all in the middle discussing this. Ooh. Oh, I will have a throat sweet. Thanks, Beck. Just to let you know at home what we're up to.
Skate and Crate Factory have got some amazing new designs out as well, so you can check them out on Instagram and Facebook. Just search Crate and Skate Factory, all one word. And remember that every sale supports a fellow skater.
So we can see our head ref speaking to the bench coaches and the captains at the moment. This is where we can quickly look to see if anything happens in the penalty box or whatnot, and we'll of course bring the outcome as soon as we get it.
Yeah, and just checking in on the Rainy team bench as well.
So the inspection will not be made local stands.
So there will be no expulsion given. The call will stand as it was. No one was contesting the penalties. The upgrade to an expulsion, no thank you, not happening. And we could crack on with the final 13 minutes of what has been a tense game. I'm tense.
I'm feeling tense. My shoulders are up by my ears, mate. Okay, Fairy Quake on that Sucker Punch Skate Shop jam line.
We've got Cass at the front of the pack being greeted by Macbeth and Penny Block. Penny Block, such a calm influence in that blocking contingent, just been like, no, you shall not pass.
Mm-hmm.
But Fairy Quake is having a similar issue at the back of the pack. A track cut has been issued and it has gone to Fairy Quake, so Power Jam sits now with Paris. But as we said, Cass not getting an easy pass at the back of the pack because F-Bats and Penny are saying you shall not pass, no thank you.
Kate Push also in attendance for Rainy here, joined by Macbeth, and F-Bats really looking eyes on the prize, trying to make sure that no support is given. However, Cass finally able to make it out nearly a minute into this jam, Cherry.
There was some beautiful Power Jam dilution happening there by Rainy City, and that's what helped them in the first half of this game for sure. The Power Jam is now over. Fairy Quake has come out of that penalty box absolutely hot and safe and legal. Absolutely not saying anything about that except for the controlled aggression that she brings to the track every time.
And that was the first jammer penalty for Fairy Quake as well. Very rarely do we see Fairy pulling jammer penalties actually, so it was quite rare. Now then, who do we see here? That's Cass with the knockdown on F-Bat. So now Cass will go to the penalty box.
So this jam is going to run for another 24 seconds, as there's no lead given. Fairy Quake has come round on her initial pass. We are yet to see points on the board. We're still at 95-102.
Yeah.
15 seconds left to go on the clock. Cass is still sat down, so this is going to start as a power jam for Rainy regardless.
I imagine so.
I mean, unless Fairy Quake goes to the box, but she's got 2 seconds to not go to the box, and she doesn't.
Paris Jammer is standing in that 888 penalty box. 4 points picked up by Rainy there, 2 for Paris Cherry. So Paris now stroking 100.
They are, so we have 106 for Rainy. We've got 10 minutes left to go in this game. B, I haven't been comfortable from the start.
I'm never comfortable.
So we see Gary on the Sucker Punch Skate Shop jam line. We see Cass being released from the 888 penalty box. We have got number 8, that's Fisher, ready to greet Cass onto the track. Hello. Hello, Bab. Alright, Bab. Oh no, hang on, they're Northern. Alright, Bab.
Rollo at the top of this apex, picking up Cass there, and now running through, joining Block at the top of turn 2. Going to run out of track though, despite that bridging from Fish. So Cass is through, but Gary is leading on this initial scoring pass.
Lovely work there from 141. Bonnie for Paris, knocking Gary to the inside, and Gary goes, well, my work here is done. 4 points, off we pop.
Yeah.
So we're now into single-digit minute territory, B. 97 on the board for Paris, 101 for Rainey. 9 minutes left to go. I'm having a little look around the crowd. Nobody looks comfortable. Everybody looks a bit tense. People are eating nachos like no tomorrow.
Yeah. Who have we got on that Sucker Punch skate jam line? It is, of course, Leg City and Lily Gaskell.
But it is Legs B who is through for lead. Gaskell whips out Star off their head, looks for F-Bats at the front of the pack. But I think he's going to have to go into a bit of a defensive mode, because we see 999 Kitty Fanatic again.
Yeah, beautiful
Absolute powerhouse on the track today, holding Lily at the back of the track as Legs is able to come through, scoring 4 points for Paris. We now see Paris with the Century B. 101 taking on 110. That's a lot of 1-0s for me, babe.
So exciting. F-Bats has taken the star for Rainey, and as F-Bats comes into a scoring position, Legs calling off that jam today, Rainey opportunity to score.
Oh, B, I'm going to need
like 9 points.
I'm going to need a double shot frappuccino, latte, doodah and a lie down after this. So thank you very much for joining us. What has been a wonderfully tense game of roller derby. Do you even want? You don't want a blowout. You want the tension.
Yeah, but let me tell you this. Actually, the points were added there, so it's now 104, 110. So it's a 6 point differential in favour of Rainey. So hold on to your seats and your pants, everybody.
I don't know if I can.
As Lamoche with the star for Paris, pushing forward here. Black and Rollo, last line of defence, gets through.
Oh. So Black has picked up a multiplayer there, so I do believe that will be Black's 7th penalty. What's a bit tricky now is that they've got their 7th penalty in the box, which I believe then means they wait for the rest of the jam.
Oh yeah, I think so actually.
So that technically then leaves your team almost with like a double penalty type thing if the jam is to run for the full contingent.
Hazard being held here on the turn of 1 and 2. And you can see that the Paris blockers giving absolutely no quarter. So Hazard was knocked down, and in the motion of getting up, number 17 looked with those hits downs again, just making life really difficult for Hazard, giving Lamoche the space to get through. So now with this pass, Lamoche, I think, is actually going to be either evening up or nearly even up with Rainey's score. Paris's patience has changed the direction of this game, and they have been able to catch up as jam comes to an end. This will be a power jam for Paris, who have taken the lead, Cherry.
I think you can probably hear that. The microphone will have picked up her bananas. Everyone has just gone in the house. So, quick recap there. Rainy City have lost one of their blockers. Black has fouled out of the game. We have 6 minutes left to go. Rainy are on 110 points. A timeout has just been called by Paris, which gives me just a second to explain this in a little bit more detail. Paris Roller Derby picked up 7 points in that jam. They are now at 111 points. We have 110 versus 111. 6 minutes to go. Hazard is sat down in the 888 penalty box. So unless something happens in this timeout, Paris will start the next jam in a power jam situation.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Cherry.
B, I'm going to need more than this throat sweet to get me through this, I think.
You and me both.
Hold my hand.
Cherry,
yes.
You know, as we're looking here and thinking what happens beyond this weekend, if you can even imagine,
I cannot.
Then one of the things you should look at is the crash course, which helps busy roller derby athletes increase strength, conquer self-doubt and create the habits of high performance to become all-stars and MVPs on the track and in life. You can find out more if you want to make 2-minute jams feel easy by visiting chrissycrash.com. Life is a contact sport.
Win. Alrighty then, so Paris were like, oh, I don't know what jammers should be put up. I know, Leg City.
100%. This is a power jam in their favour. Leg City, the only jammer out on track, going one-on-one with Macbeth.
B, the house is going absolutely bananas.
And I love it. I'm here for it. We're getting fanned. The fans are getting fanned. It's amazing. Leg Settee coming in on this initial scoring pass. Penny Block, F-Bats and Macbeth up front here looking to try and hold back Leg Settee. But Paris with the goat by the pivot line, Cherry, just slowing down and stopping the opportunities for Rainey to build effective walls. Hazard has come out of the penalty box.
Beautiful defence at the front of the pack there from Kitty Phonetic. All in vain though as Hazard's in out. Leg Settee comes round the outside of the Rainey pack, calls off the jam. Rainey unable to score in this jam. We are losing Kitty Phonetic to the 888 penalty box.
Yeah.
The only person in the box at the moment. Paris picking up 6 points in that jam B, so with 5 minutes left to go, we have 1-1-0 for Rainey, 1-1-7 for Paris.
Yeah, 7 points difference, 5.5 minutes to go. Oh, okay, so let's have a look at this lineup right now. Fairy Quake with the star. Lily Gaskell in the pack as a blocker, Cherry. And it is Cass with the star for Paris. Cass being drawn back and forced to recycle.
Oh, but Fairy Quake round the outside, thanks to some beautiful offence there from Lily, is able to come through and grab lead for Rainey. We have lost Rollo to the 888 penalty box, so Fairy Quake's got one less person to help them on the track.
Billy Bunker with the drawback on Fairy Quake. Paris now looking to form up on the line of... Bully Bunker looked to form up there, but Fairy Quake was able to get out. Lily Gaskell off to the penalty box. Bully Bunker taking the star for Paris.
It's all happening now. Everyone's out of position.
Rainey with only 2 blockers on the track though, Cherry, so there's not a lot of positioning that can happen. Fairy Quake choosing to make that positioning her own. Calls off the jam after landing a hit on Bully.
Love that. So,
what does this look like for the scores, Cherry?
Let me tell you, and you can probably tell by the noise in the background. So, Paris unable to pick up any points in that, stay on 1-1-7. Get that fan out, Sherilyn, we need it. Rainey City picked up 8 points in that jam, takes them to 118. We have 4 minutes left to go. Technically, that's only 2 jams.
I don't know whether technically I can handle 2 more jams. It's Gary with the star for Rainey. Leg Settee for Paris. Gary swimming forward. Paris with a whirling blade of a 3-wall. Forces Gary down. Leg Settee picks up lead, Cherry.
Beautiful work there from Lux at the front of the pack. Sally's in there as well, helping out. Gary's now getting ready to do what looks like some defense, Lily's back on the track as the pivot. I thought they were going for a star pass, but Lily started to get involved with the defense. Gary is now through, but Legs and Paris are in charge of this jam B, and they do have to score some points to take the lead change.
Yeah, we're going to see that lead change.
Rainey didn't pick up any points in that jam. We can see MCAT, our jam ref, just going to check how many passes were made, because this game, every second counts. 3 points picked up on the board for Paris. The lead change goes back to them.
Yeah.
And with less than 3 minutes to go, we have Rainey 118, Paris 120. Full complement of skaters out of the 888 penalty box. Everyone's on the track.
Oh my word. And we're seeing once again here Fairy Quake with the star up against Lamoche. Lily Gaskell on the track, but it is Lamoche, lead jammer for Paris. Beautiful work, star pass to Lily Gaskell. But Lamoche is out and in that driving seat, Cherry, and Paris are holding the lead right now. Rainey looking to run this pack, Lamoche checking in where Lily Gaskell is and choosing to call that jam.
Alrighty then, let's have a quick look what's gone on at the end of that jam. So 1 point was forced on that pack, on the track, Now we did see in that last jam, I believe it was Guinness Paltrow got a bit of a knock to the face, so you might just see the medic coming over to have a look at her, but she's safely back on her bench, just in case the cameras did pick that up for you. Official timeout just so that we can get that happening. And then on the track, what looks like we're about to have in what could potentially be our last jam B, You were right to check that 888 penalty box. It's empty. It currently looks like we're going to have Gary versus Legs.
Yeah.
The weirdest thing I've probably ever said.
Yeah.
Gary v Legs. It looks like something Channel 5 would put out late at night.
Yeah, but instead it's actually primetime roller derby viewing right now.
It sure is. Rainy looking like whether this was psychological or whatnot, keeps switching who's on the track.
Oh, so we're just doing a quick track check here to make sure there's no
'cause there was blood,
on the
of
track
course.
and that it can be cleaned up safely in line with the biohazard safety guidelines that we have. If you didn't know about them.
Massive thanks to our beautiful officials and medical team looking after us.
So Legs and Gary are the most successful.
Stop laughing at Legs and Gary.
Legs and Gary, what am I saying? Legs, what is this?
What is life?
What is life? Legs and Gary are the two most successful jammers for each team. That's what I think I'm getting here from Wonderful Shaolin. So both jammers have fantastic lead jammer percentage leads, and I'm just wondering. Yeah, that's right. Legs has scored 49 of Rainy City Roller Derby's points. And of Paris's points. Oh dear, what is?
Do you need to watch Legs versus Gary again?
Gary scoring 39 points for Rainy. Let me get this right. Legs scoring the 49 points for Paris there. So both jammers super successful. If we are going to see this matchup in what will likely be the final jam of the game, I'm going to be really interested. But what I think we do know is that Legs' success rate of getting lead jammer is high, and 78%, and Gary's is probably around the same, 53%.
Interesting. Sorry, I'm just looking to see what's happening on track, because whilst we're in an official timeout while the track was being cleaned up or whatnot, we can see our head refs having a conversation with some of the other officials. So I just want to make sure something. Now, the jam wasn't, as far as I can tell, babe, the jam was not called off for Guinness's injury. The jam finished, they took themselves back to the track.
Yeah.
I know there is, of course, rules around if the jam is called off for an injury, blah, 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 you have to sit out 3. But I don't think that's what's happened. I think everyone's just checking that everyone is uninjured, safe, and good. Bath, our wonderful head ref, is back in the middle.
Yeah.
So I think in a second we'll hear the rolling whistle and we'll get everybody back on track. Yeah. And there we go.
So I think what I was just trying to say was that if Legs and Gary are up together, I don't know. I feel like it shouldn't. Yeah. I feel like for Rainy to get this lead, they'd have to do it with a different jammer. And actually, we're seeing Paris fielding Lamoche rather than Legs here. Paris have had 26 leads. Rainy have only had 18 leads. So that's quite a big difference.
Oh my gosh, right round the outside, Lamoche, no messing. Coming through and grabbing lead. The crowd, honestly, they've gone absolutely bananas here. Gary is legging it round the track as fast as they can. Yeah. But the game is with Paris at the moment. Lamoche's leads, they have picked up 2 points, taking them to 124. Rainy has still held, picking up 3 points, taking them to 124. Yeah. Rainy held at 118. We've still got over a minute on the period clock, B, and look who's coming up to jam for Paris.
That's right, it's Legs. Coming up against Fairy Quake, and we're seeing Gaskell in the pack, which I think is a very wise choice here. It gives options if Fairy doesn't get through for Legs to be able to take that star. Rainy are really going to have to think about a multi-pass play if they do get lead here, or if they can keep Legs at bay to be able to be in with a chance of getting some of this differential back. And I think with the way Paris are playing right now, that's going to be pretty tricky. Legs knocked to the inside by mighty Busy Bee F-Bats.
But it is Fairy Quake who has come through and grabbed lead. You probably heard the cheer in the house there. There are bodies flying everywhere. There is F-Bats doing the most work I've ever seen her doing, holding Legs at the front of the pack. But Fairy Quake is in charge of this jam bit.
Yeah, but we don't have a lot of time on the clock here, as Legs does make it through. F-Bats in the mix, looking for the spaces, chooses to call off the jam. We've got 10 seconds. Official review has been called by Rainy City. 4 points on the board for Rainy. Let's check in and see if there was anything else. No, Paris weren't able to score. That was shut down. So that takes now Rainy to 1-2-2.
Paris to 1-2-4. Official review being called by Rainey.
Now, I was thinking this might be an official review as a timeout. They haven't signified that yet, but no one's gone in the middle to talk about it. So
Yeah, I think Viv's just
So it is
confirmed
now
that, yeah.
confirmed, yeah, by our wonderful NSO, Pussy Panther Faster, telling us that this is an official review called as a timeout, which, to be honest, B, I think we all needed. So
I need a timeout.
we are going to have one more jam. We have got a 2-point game, B.
When do announcers get a timeout? That's what I want to know sometimes, eh? Hey,
Oh, B, I need to do a big, a big stretch from
I
me.
didn't know what you were going to say to me then, Cherry.
I need to do a big breath, like all the way from my tummy.
Right, let's do it together. 1, 2, 3, in.
Hold it.
And then out. For 4. Okay,
Sorry,
now,
I did a weird, birthing breath.
now that we're all calm.
I'm not calm, babe.
Let's go. Let's pretend we're calm and go
Okay.
into this final jam. Why do Rainey do this in Malmo?
Honestly.
To all of us? I love them. But I love Paris more in this jam right now. I want to see if they can keep that 2-point lead, expand that 2-point lead. It's Lamoche up against Gary. Lamoche on the inside line.
Oh my God.
Picks up lead for Paris.
Look at the smile on Lamoche's face. They call it off. The Paris contingency have gone ballistic.
Wow, beautiful work. Fantastic.
B, if you didn't love European Roller Derby enough yesterday, you must be loving it right now. The smiles on Paris's face.
Yeah.
And do you know what? If you look over, it's not sad faces on the Rainy bench.
No. And it shouldn't be either. What a
Not
game
at
they
all.
played there.
What a game for European Roller Derby.
Yeah.
We came to this tournament a little unsure of some of these matchups, but oh my God, what a beautiful game.
Yeah.
So, just to confirm, Rainy City Roller Derby with 122 points, but B, your winners of this game, game number 14, your third game here today, is Paris Roller Derby with 124 points.
Absolutely fantastic. I hope you've really felt that we've brought you that passion, the energy and the feelings that we've had in this game, in the stadium here today. Third day of the WFTDA Regional Championships Europe. We're glad to have you with us. Coming up next, Cherry.
If you can handle any more roller derby, you will be treated to the delight that's going to be, and correct me if I'm wrong, we have London versus Nantes.
Yeah.
Nantes, who are, I think it's fair to say, have been the upset of
Cinderella.
the Cinderella story,
Yeah.
baby. Get me a pumpkin spice latte.
Yeah.
I am ready for that. Well, I don't know if I'm ready for it, but
Yeah.
I want it.
Yeah.
Folks, thank you so much for joining us here. It's been an absolutely wonderful game. This is my last game of the tournament, so thank you very much for having me. I've been very Cherry.
I've been the lovely Beatrix, and doing stellar work on the production side has been the fantastic Shaolin Scarlett. We'll see you again trackside sometime soon, but until then, enjoy. Goodbye.
Bye, love you.